Words to serve. In this lesson, we're going to look at positive and negative words and what not to say, and how to say the same message in a better way. Let's start with positive and negative words. How do you feel when you hear the following words?
Unfortunately, I have some sad news. There's a big problem at the Beckhoff house and we can't help you.
It sounds like something terrible is about to happen. On the other hand, how do these words make you feel? Absolutely. Certainly. I'll find out. I can. Will. Help. May I? Yes. So you can imagine if you place yourself in the guest's shoes. When you use these words, they will feel confident and comfortable that you can assist them with anything. Whenever you're communicating with guests, try to use these positive words. Now let's look at what not to say. Communication can often be subtle. You can say the same thing in two different ways, with entirely different results. Look at these two examples.
Oi, get me some coffee? Would you mind ever so kindly to make me a cup of coffee, please?
For which one would you make coffee? Surely the second. In the same way, when you talk to the guest, how you say something is just as important as what you are saying. Learning this type of phrasing and wording is an important part of being a professional and showing the guest that you respect them. Let's look at a few phrases that should never be said to guests, as well as some better ways to phrase the same message. Firstly, I don't know. Because you are your guest's guide through the dining experience, they will ask you lots of questions, and sometimes you may not know the answer. If this happens, you should never say, I don't know. That doesn't help the guest one bit. All you've established is that both of you don't know the answer. If the guest asks you something and you don't know, rather say, I'll find out. That provides the guest with a potential solution to the problem. Then make sure that you find out as soon as possible and get back to the guest with the answer. Secondly, I can't. Just as with I don't know, I can't offers no solution to the guest's query or problem. I can't gets us nowhere. Rather, place focus on what you can do for them. The idea is that if you are unable to do something, make sure that you recommend a similar alternative. Thirdly, that's not my responsibility, department, or job. This displays a seriously bad attitude and unwillingness to assist the guest. Remember that the guest often doesn't know who at your establishment is responsible for what. Rather, they know by your uniform that you work there, and so assume that you will be able to help them. If you really aren't able to assist the guest with their request, rather say, I'll be happy to fetch someone who will better be able to assist you, and then do so. Fourthly, huh? Or, what? If you didn't hear what the guest said, you should never say, huh? Or, what? If you would like the guest to repeat themselves, simply say, excuse me, sir? Fifthly, just a second, or I'm busy with. Nothing is more important than a guest who requires assistance. Unless you are busy with another guest, you should help the guest personally. If you are busy with another guest, or unable to help, simply ask a colleague to step in. Sixthly, what's your name? This is an abruptly rude and short way to ask the question, because it sounds like a demand, not a request. That's why it's better to phrase the question as, may I have your name please, sir? And lastly, what's the problem? Again, the focus here is on the problem, not the solution. Rather say, how can I be of assistance? Similarly, don't say something is not a problem. It is never supposed to be a problem. Rather, focus on the assistance you can provide and say something like, of course I can do that for you. So to recap, let's take a look at which words and phrases not to say. I don't know. I can't. That's not my responsibility. Huh? Or what? Just a second. What's your name? And what's the problem? Now for each of these, write down the preferred professional words to use. I don't know should be I'll find out. I can't should be what I can do is. That's not my responsibility should be I'll be happy to fetch someone who will be better able to assist you. Huh? Or what? Should be, excuse me, sir? Just a second. Should be, certainly. What's your name? Should be, may I have your name please, ma'am? And lastly, what's the problem? Should be, how can I be of assistance? Good luck using these types of positive words and phrases when talking to guests.